There I am in the back row, singing my heart out to one of my favorite octavos in 2009 with the concert choir from the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign. As I was preparing to perform with my concert choir, a man named Scott Haynes produced the same song to bring nearly 100 singers from across the world together online. This video is known as the Virtual Choir Experiment. This experiment, in tandem with the fan video, led Eric Whitacre to create his first virtual choir.
Hi, Mr. Eric Whitacre. My name is Britland Lucy, and this is a video that I'd like to make for you. Here's me singing Sleep. If
I was thunderstruck. Britland was so innocent and so sweet, and her voice was so pure. And I even loved seeing, behind her, I could see the little teddy bear sitting on the piano behind her in her room. Such an intimate video.
A video that inspired Whitacre to release a track of himself conducting a piano reduction of his octavo, Luxarumque. He made the music available to download for free and asked fans to upload videos of themselves singing their parts. 243 tracks were submitted, and Scott Haynes edited and produced the first official Eric Whitacre virtual choir. Meet Melody Myers, a main participant of this research. Myers was only 17 years old when she was catapulted into internet fame. But let me tell you about her journey as a YouTube musician. Her channel started out as an archive for high school choral performances. She loved theatrics and entertaining people, so after her submission to the Whitacre Virtual Choir, she began recording all the parts of her favorite octavos and combining them in Adobe Premiere Elements. Experimenting with editing software allowed her to take her voice and mold it into a soloistic ensemble performance. Myers' first videos featured her singing SATB music, in which she sang all vocal lines in her own range. However, she used pitch-shifting software to expand her tenor and bass line down an octave. Myers quickly made the decision to stop pitch shifting. Her desire for fidelity and natural sounds drove her to find music that was written for her vocal range. She recorded each track in one take, and while mistakes were in her recordings, she chose not to spend countless hours editing small intonations out. Instead, she learned how to splice her videos, which allowed her to piece together multiple takes while giving her audience a more visually dynamic experience. Myers' main goal was to entertain her viewers. She often used costumes and props to enhance her carefree and joyful performer persona.
Except it hasn't been peppered. If you behold a panther crouch, prepare to say ouch.
Live music opportunities inspired Myers' virtual performance. In this song, she adapted the choreography she learned from her Sweet Adeline's barbershop chorus.
Boogity, 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 shooby, doo up, doo up. Change, 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 up. We'll always be like one, 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 one.
live performance practices also inspired Myers to create barbershop quartets of clones that played with each other in a way you would expect a live quartet to interact.
It's Alexander's ragtime band. Come on and hear.
Each of Myers' characters had their own personality, which allowed her to express different sides of herself through music. The lead looked and acted like she does in everyday life, but she described her tenor as a dumb blonde. Her baritone is sillier than her tenor, and her bass as sexy. These personae, evolved in her recording studio, were applied on stage at her university where she was studying opera performance. Her YouTube channel allowed her to post recital footage that helped her reach a wider audience than the fortunate few who lived locally. And Myers also used technology to share her opera with the internet. Unfortunately, Myers was worried that her YouTube videos would have to be taken down if she pursued a professional opera career, particularly videos that fell outside of her brand. However, her virtual music making allowed her to perform music she chose. Online, Myers performed music from many genres, including rock and roll, classical, contemporary pop, and musical theater. While a cappella music was where she first started her virtual music making career, she also used karaoke tracks to expand her repertoire.
Your spirit and my voice in one combine.
She applied virtual choir techniques to her karaoke tracks by singing harmony she figured out by ear. The ensembles grew and grew to provide viewers with a grandiose experience. Myers also used her YouTube channel to get her name out there.
This is my audition for Susan Search singing Silent Night. I hope you enjoy. Silent night.
Her virtual music making led to her getting invitations to record on commercially produced albums and perform in choirs live at venues including Carnegie Hall. And to be more personable, Myers spoke to her viewers through vlogs, giving them updates, exciting news, and directing them to her content.
I just want to let everyone know that I'm pretty much overwhelmed right now. And I am so grateful to everyone that has supported me and said what a great job I've done.
Online relationships were hard for Myers to navigate. Deciphering between friends and fans was difficult. She quickly had to learn how to put boundaries up to protect her privacy. In contrast, online interactions also led to collaboration. Here, Myers is performing with French YouTube star Julian Neal, a creator who became a friend, mentor, and confidant. Neal's popularity introduced Myers to an international audience, and working with him taught her new editing, recording, and producing techniques she applied to her own work. Neal introduced Myers to Julie Galkey, who had been a fan of hers since Luxarumque hit the internet. The two women formed a bond and collaborated on many occasions. Since they struggled to find quality SSAA music, they often had to write it themselves. Galkey, who was initially Myers' fan, became a motherly figure in her life, and both expanded their viewership as collaborations were produced. So to conclude this case, we return back to the moment that started Myers' journey. Inspired by a call for a virtual choir that was to include singers from across the globe, Myers began to record herself singing in her bedroom. As she experimented with recording and editing technologies, she used YouTube to share her music. She developed practices that reiterated her philosophy about music. Performance should be entertaining. Fidelity and naturalism can be achieved through recording. Technology allows you to make music alone or with people you've never met face to face, and share the joy you get from singing with people from all across the world.